Francisca, and Nikki. I think Nikki was on. I'm not sure where she is now.
Good evening, everyone.
Special guest here. Is everything okay with the sound, everyone? Great. Okay, we'll get straight into it. I'm very, very privileged and blessed to have in our little studio, in our makeshift studio in Melbourne, Nuray Ozden.
Great studio.
Nuray is actually a speech pathologist, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Speech pathologist. She's worked with lots of people, children and adults with chronic illness, and she's also does a lot of coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And she's worked in health for a long time, and her passion is helping people get well. And we've got a very interesting topic today because we're talking about Ketopia and the benefits of ketosis, but we got a different slant on it today because Nuray is somebody who didn't need to lose weight.
No.
And she actually started to take Ketopia to experience the health benefits. And it's so interesting because we're always talking about Ketopia and ketosis in terms of weight loss, but really what we've all come to realize, those of us who are on this program, is that the health benefits are incredible. And some of the benefits that have been documented, I mean, Ketopia was known to help. It's all right, we come back, we cut out and we come back. It's glitches of modern technology. So ketosis helps with epilepsy. Some of the benefits are on the screen. So amazing mental clarity. People have incredible energy, 225% more energy when they're using fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates. And just, balancing blood sugar, skin. I notice my skin and my hair and, it's just amazing. And so I'm just going to hand it over to Nuray, and Nuray's going to talk about what she did on Ketopia to not lose weight, to maintain a healthy weight, and why she did it, and what were some of the benefits that she experienced. And I'm just going to hand it over to you.
Great. Thank you, Vera. So I actually did the 10-day reset Ketopia program in January this year, and I plan on doing at least 2 or 3 times a year for the following benefits. So one, obviously, if I'm going to be advocating for a product, I need to know exactly what it's doing to save someone's body, or potentially what it could do. So I want to experience the benefits, obviously not the weight loss, because I don't need to lose weight. I feel I'm in a healthy weight range, but I did want to try it for the fact that a lot of people were quoting that it increases your energy. And also I did, having had 4 children, I had a little bit of baby fat that I thought I wanted to target and want to see whether Ketopia would have an impact on that. So I did the 10-day reset in January, and I have to say it was such an easy program to stick to. I actually found that following the ketonics drink in the morning and sipping that over a 90-minute period, and then having the dough bite a few hours later, and then the fixed shake, a couple of hours after that, I actually got to my evening meal and I felt like I really didn't even want to eat the evening meal, but I still ate it because I obviously had to keep my calorie intake up for the fact that I didn't want to lose the weight. So in relation to whether Ketopia is an easy program to do, I would say absolutely. I never felt hungry. I didn't have any sugar cravings, and I always felt full and satisfied through the 10-day program. During the program, I would say, I didn't have any of the detoxing effects that some people comment on, so I was very lucky in relation to that. I would say from probably day 2 or 3, I had this phenomenal, I'd say, wave of energy that overcame my body, and it was really just this clear, sharp focus, mental clarity that I had. I had this super energy where I felt like I could climb Mount Everest. I'm generally an energetic person, but I definitely felt within those 10 days I had more energy to do more tasks. And when I mean by that, I was multitasking a lot more. So I would, do things at work, and then I'd come home and I'd go to the gym, and then I'd come home and bath the children, read the book. I'd do everything that I would generally probably struggle to do in my day, I did within those 10 days with total ease. So one of the definite byproducts of being on the 10-day reset would be a phenomenal increase in energy. And we know the science behind that. we know that when you do have the ketonics drink, it does put your body into ketosis, and your body turns into a fat burning body as opposed to a sugar burning body. And we know that, you know, the energy you get from fat is what, 225% greater than what you would with sugar. So that's definitely a positive benefit. And you can actually tell people that there is this science behind it, that when you are using your fat for energy, that you have more energy. And I definitely experienced that. The other phenomenal byproduct was, again, I mentioned the mental clarity. So I specifically had certain things that I really paid attention to. I was more decisive during that period. So making decisions was a lot easier for me during that period. I had a lot more clarity in terms of my direction and my goals for during the day. So when I'm in goals, tasks, so I had set what I needed to do for the day, and I was very clear in achieving those and completing those tasks. People at work would comment and say, "Wow, you're very sharp. You know, what are you doing? You're just buzzing. You're very clear. You're getting things done very quickly." And like I said, I'm generally like that, but it was just, like I said, 225% more. So yeah, and for people to comment on generally an energetic person, you can imagine what it does for your body in relation to energy and mental clarity and focus. I have to admit, tasks that I found challenging, so things that I would avoid, like writing submissions or, you know, doing plans that I would avoid. I actually, in those 10 days, again, I had the energy and the stamina to actually tackle those what I call the big frogs at work, and I managed to complete those tasks. So that was definitely the biggest things were the increase in energy and the mental clarity. So they were phenomenal. The other thing too that I found, again, I wasn't hungry, so my appetite was well controlled, and I was definitely not snacking into, ever since I've been on the solar strips anyway for the past year, I'm finding that I'm not having a sugar crave in the afternoon. And I was a Tim Tam girl. You know, I was known for having a packet of Tim Tams in the afternoon when that slump hit. But like I said, the solar strips have been phenomenal in making sure that I've balanced my sugar levels. But the 10-day reset was even again, it just encouraged and boosted that. So it was just, sugar cravings were completely banished. I would say that I didn't even think once about sugar during that 10 days. So, and again, the cookie dough bites were just absolutely delicious. They were so sufficient and yummy in really fulfilling that craving of if you do have sugar cravings. God, one dough bite and you don't even want to look at anything else that's got sugar in there, really. So what I would suggest is that if you do, you know, following the 10-day reset, what I've done is I've made sure that I have had dough bites available for me so that I can have them as a snack during the day, you know, post 10-day reset. So definitely think about that, or recommending that to some of your people that do tend to find they have a bit of a sugar craving or a sweet tooth. The other benefits I found was I slept like a log. So I've got 2 children, and both of them were very fussy sleepers. So I'd say I haven't slept for 9 years. I haven't slept properly for 9 years, but this January this year, that changed. And I would say that I had a very sound, I'd say, deep sleep. So obviously we know in terms of sleep cycles, you go through light sleep, deep sleep, etc. But I would say I woke up, even if I had 4 or 5 hours sleep, I woke up refreshed. That's how I felt. So it's not necessarily that I slept longer, 8 or 9 hours. I found that the sleep that I did have just seemed to just benefit my body, and just, yeah, it was sufficient enough to get me through the day. And I think it's all sort of intertwined anyway, you know, with increased energy, better sleep, better mental clarity, everything. All, like I said, my system was getting reset, and I felt like everything was sort of falling into place and working like it should naturally do. Now, the only other probably, like I said, I mentioned the benefit that I found, again, not the weight loss, but I did mention about just losing a bit of baby fat. So I didn't actually lose weight, but I did lose some inches, you can say, just around my belly. And that was probably the main area where I had some baby fat left from my pregnancies. And honestly, it vanished. So within the 10 days, those little bulges that I could pinch with my fingers literally disappeared. And the other great benefit that I found is my cellulite. slightly reduced, which was phenomenal. I think that was probably the most exciting thing that I thought, oh, I can take out the bikini. Probably another 10-day reset before that, but anyway, we'll see how we go. But yeah, so the byproduct is people don't necessarily have to lose weight, but they will lose the fat in the problem areas that they had. So, you know, my problem area was, again, I'm not a person that has issues with weight, but I did have a little bit of, like I said, some fat around my belly that I thought, you know, I'd appreciate losing, and I did. And that was the first area that it went. And that's what I want to stress too, that you end up losing fat in the areas, in the problem areas, and not where you should, you know, generally, where your body holds onto the fat where it needs to, and it will lose it in the areas that, you know, obviously that it needs to go. So definitely that was a highlight of the 10 days as well. So I plan on making this part of my lifestyle, like I said, at least 2-3 times a year, for all those benefits. And I would definitely encourage, if you do chat to anyone, don't, obviously there will be some people that, you know, particularly use this product for weight loss, but please approach people too that are feeling a bit run down and feeling like they can't think, or, you know, they can't make decisions. Really do suggest a 10-day reset for them too, to get things going, because it really does make a difference in relation to that mental clarity and that energy. Obviously people that have had babies, you know, post-pregnancy, post-breastfeeding, you know, if people are, again, not wanting to lose weight, but still have that little bit of fat that they want to get rid of, again, the 10-day reset is fantastic for that. So really think outside the square in relation to, you know, who could benefit from this program. It's not just people that want to lose weight, it's people that want to improve their lifestyle and feel better about themselves in other ways as well. So yeah, and look, you're probably wondering how did I do it? We all know the Ketopia program. There's a ketonics drink, there's the dough bite, and then there's the fixed shake, and then you have a normal dinner in the evening. So the way I did it not to lose weight was that I just increased my calories. So how I did that was I had a light breakfast in the morning based on ketogenic principles. So I usually had eggs and avocado, or, you know, eggs and salad. And what I had was also included some nuts with my dough bite. So I had some almonds and some macadamia nuts with my dough bite. I made sure that I did have cream in my fixed shake. So I was a lot more conscious in making sure that I was, you know, including, you know, extra fat. And again, it was within the calorie range. You don't want to blow your calories totally out of the water, and, you know, but it was, you know, it was enough to make sure that I wasn't losing weight, but I was losing the inches that I wanted in the areas that I wanted. So that's probably just a summary of, yeah, how I use it. And like I said, please be mindful if anyone comes to you, you know, with, I would say, look, I'm tired, I'm not feeling myself, I'm fatigued, I'm having a hard time at work, you know, they should be some triggers for you to think about, not just solar strips. Again, solar strip should be the foundation for everyone, and this is I think my mission and vision in life. Everyone in this world, including children, need to be on solar strips, because it is the most potent whole food you will ever find on this planet. You know, if our whole food chain depends on this this material, then imagine. So please, without doubt, that should be the first thing that everyone goes on. And then in addition to that, you should then suggest Ketopia, a 10-day reset, to really boost that person's level of energy and well-being as well. In relation to solar strips, like I said, I continue to take solar strips through my 10-day Ketopia program too. So like I said, that's just part of my DNA now. It's part of my routine in the morning that I do take 2 strips, like Vera says, and I would say 2 to get the maximum benefit. You know, you can take 1, but I just find 2 just has phenomenal benefits for your health. So that should just be a given. And like I said, it should be in addition to when you're doing the 10-day program. And as we know, I've had a lot of feedback about people that have been on the 10-day or the 10-day Ketopia program, and particularly people that I've put on there, not necessarily for weight loss as well. And some of the feedback that I have had, and this might be of benefit to all of you, is that, Nuray, and it's particularly people that are thin and not wanting to lose the weight. Some people have said that Yeah. Some people have said a few days into it, they've said that some people have commented some upset tummy. I've just said making sure that they have more water in their diet. Some people have said that, their digestion, or they've been feeling a little bit bloated. The enzymes are absolutely fantastic. So again, for enzymes to work, though, you need to make sure that you've got the right vitamin and mineral content in your body. So the enzymes go hand in hand again with solar strips. So when you're recommending Ketopia and you're trying to troubleshoot some things that people may be encountering, make sure you've got the enzymes in mind, make sure you've got the solar strips in mind. And also the other product that I'll probably mention is some people that do have this increased energy may say, oh, look, or they might find it difficult to go to sleep, the Ketopia. Now, I haven't tried it because, again, my sleep's generally good. But the Ketopia I've heard of, Vera, you can maybe talk a bit more about it, has been absolutely phenomenal, I've heard. So I think I'm just going to try it again because I've heard so many good things about it. So, yeah, if you want to mention.
I'll just come in here. I have a story today with keto. I call it Keto PM. I don't know where I am in this screen. There I am. So I've got a personal trainer, a young girl that I train with, and she's had a lot of sleep issues. And she bought some Keto PM about 2 weeks ago, and she's got a little device. She bought a $200 device on her wrist that measures everything, measures her sleep, how long she sleeps, it's got the BMI. I don't know what the device is anyway. She's got this device. And I asked her last week, she goes, I'm definitely sleeping better. She goes, it's amazing. And I said, well, and today she goes, look, I'm definitely getting at least 7 hours. I used to get up after, a few hours and go to the toilet. So she's really, really pleased. She's a young girl and she's had sleep issues for years, and she's really, really happy with it. And she's measured her sleep. So she knows that she's sleeping. She's getting a block of 7 hours, which is amazing. So just thought I'd add that while we're talking about Ketopia, because this is great for a lot of people. And I didn't realise, I put a post on Facebook and I had so much response, and there are people out there trialling this now who aren't even on the whole reset. They just want, sleep is an issue and they want something for sleep. So I've just ordered, it's not available yet, but soon there will be a bulk pack. There'll be a bulk packaging. And again, this is something to come. It's just a little secret, because I asked the company, I said, how do I order 10 of these without paying, $79 a pop? But there will be a package in the future, hopefully not too distant future, where we'll be able to order bulk packaging and you'll be able to introduce this to people.
Which is excellent. So again, when you're thinking of Ketopia, please, the 10-day reset program, you may need to add a few things to it or not. Again, some people will be fine without adding the enzymes or without adding the Ketopia, but without doubt, make sure anyone on the Ketopia is taking the solar strips, because that's something that when we talk about Ketopia, post-Ketopia, and that's a lot of questions that I have. Okay, now I've done 10 days, I feel phenomenal. What can I do now to make sure that these benefits continue? And the main thing I say is that the solar strips. So please, these are the foundation of anyone's, well-being. If you can make sure you get them onto solar strips post-Ketopia, if anything. The other thing that I would also suggest too is making sure that people, they can buy a pack of 28 ketonics drinks. They can buy the fix shakes on their own, and they can also buy the dough bites on their own. So I have a lot of people that come back to me and say, I've loved the fix shake, so I'm going to actually continue having those, once a day or every second day. A lot of people that love the dough bites will have them handy in their bags. Just, when they get that muffin urge or whatever, they'll have a dough bite instead. I know I carry dough bites in my bag because I'm on the go. 2 young children running around like a chook, and honestly, they are my saviour. And after you don't even, God, the thought of even a sugary muffin is probably gut churning for me at the moment. So, and like I said, I was a Tim Tam girl. So for me, it's been a complete revolution in relation to my health. And the comments that I get continually is, my God, Nuray, what are you on? And half the time people think I'm on drugs, and I'm not. It's just this natural product that gives me 225% more energy than anything. And like I said, the Ketopia has been integral in that. So the solar strips have been fantastic. They're the foundation, but having done a reset throughout the year a few times makes sure that my system's in its best condition possible to tackle on, the day-to-day things that are thrown at you. So, and yeah, life can get a bit challenging at the moment, But like I said, these products are, I call them miracle products, because they really do give you the energy and the strength and the stamina and the positive mindset. And I'd say it's a positive mindset to get through what you need to get through. And we do know with these products, you do end up with a positive mindset or feeling better about yourself, because it does increase those neurotransmitters, those positive neurotransmitters in our brain, and that's proven to make you feel better. So again, if there's anyone that's suffering from chronic fatigue, anyone that's depressed, if anyone's feeling like they've got the blues, these products are phenomenal. So please think outside the square. When you think of chronic disease, don't just think of the usual ones that we think of: cancer, heart disease. You know, think of all those mental health issues that a lot of people have too. And I would say the Ketopia, honestly, anyone presenting with a mental health issue or a challenge should do a 10-day reset, no doubt, because it will literally reset them or break that cycle that they're into. And we have a lot of testimonials about that. And then you can get them onto the more sustaining sort of maintenance type products, like get them onto ketonic drinks every second day, or you can, again, the solar strips are a must. But yeah, think outside your square in relation to who you suggest the Ketopia to, not just people that want to lose weight. I think that's the most important message that I want to get across, is that, think outside the square, because the benefits are outstanding.
Well, Nuray, that was amazing. Thank you.
Not a problem.
For being our guest. And this is what we want to do. We want to bring people on with different experiences and, have different people on each week with their stories. Does anyone at this point have any questions for Nuray at all? And I know she's committed to coming back and talking about the benefits that she finds with children, because she works with a lot of children with solar strips. So we're going to revisit the solar strips, and we'll I think next week Sakshi's coming to talk about type 2 diabetes, and she's had a great experience bringing her diabetes, all her bloods back to normal, and she'll be here next week, and that will be she'll be our special guest. So if there are any questions, we're open now to questions. We still haven't worked out how to do live question and answer, but if anyone wants to write it, just ask anything in the chat box.
So Nikki's writing something
now. There's a
now.
chat happening. And please remember, this call will be recorded, and there is a special call for committed members that want to know how to share these products. There is a call on Monday evening, every Monday night at 7 o'clock Melbourne time, and it's invite only. So if you want to be invited to this special call, just email Nadav or text myself or Nadav for that phone number. So it's for serious people that want to, really get these products out there. Francisca, Nikki, when would you provide enzymes?
What I suggest is to have the maximum benefit, I've suggested it's a 10-day reset, and in one bottle of enzymes, we have 30 enzymes. So I actually suggest before the evening meal, they take 3. So, and I've found that with that, they've had phenomenal gains in relation to the Ketopia. So I try to make it easy for people, because people suffering from chronic conditions or, other things, for them to remember things throughout the day, it's sometimes tricky. So if you can make it simple for them and let them know that, take it once a day, take 3 before your evening meal. It's easy for them to remember, and it's often something that they can stick to. And the one bottle lasts for the 10-day reset. So it sort of works out really well that, they only need one bottle for the 10-day reset. So it works, if that's been a good recommendation, people have actually stuck to it. So anything else, Vera, have you recommended anything else?
No, it just depends. If people want to use it every day, they can, if they're doing it for longer than the 10-day reset, they can have one a day. When I was doing my reset, I'd have one before each meal. Like I'd have one in the morning and one at the evening meal, at least 2 a day, 2 to 3 a day. But you're right, 3 in one go before the evening meal is probably easy for a lot of people.
And again, exactly, and some people might say to you, oh, no, I want to take it throughout the day. If they are willing to commit to that, that's absolutely fine. But the main thing I find is over the 10 days, if they can have 3 a day, that's really good, I find, before one each meal, or 3 before the evening meal. And then having a bottle with the 10-day reset is a good plan, I say. And then after that, like they said, they can go on a more maintenance type program where they can have 1 a day. But I find that getting that initial boost of the enzymes, in your gut, it is quite important. And when you do it over the 10 days or with the 10-day Ketopia Reset program, the benefits have been outstanding. And like I said, then people can then reduce it, and they often do, to 1 a day.
What we find is that if people aren't mineralised, that's why, you know, we keep stressing the benefits of the solar strips. People need to be mineralised. The small percentage of people that complain of constipation on the Reset, which is only a very small percent, usually they're the ones that need digestive enzymes. They're the ones that need solar strips.
Absolutely.
They need something to help break down the food so the body's not in shock. And, we talk about, Nuray has stressed the importance of the solar strips. I would even get, first protocol would be solar strips, then put them onto Ketopia, soak their body, let them be soaked in solar strips for a while, and then let them have the experience of Ketopia.
That's a really good point, Vera, because really there's no point in recommending enzymes if they don't have the vitamin and mineral content in their body. So again, we go back to the basics. The foundation of everything, I think, for Forever Green is getting marine phytoplankton into your system. That is a must. And once you have that in your system, then the others are add-ons. Like I said, they're just things to boost, progress and well-being. But I think the foundation for any well-being is, like you said, the solar strips, and then other things should work, because then other things are going to work more effectively. Like I said, the enzymes and this go hand in hand. There's no point in recommending enzymes. It's not going to work if they don't have the minerals in their body. Yeah. So, thinking about that should be the first thing you get people onto, and then recommend the other products that we have, the amazing products.
Great, wonderful. So anything else? Deb says excellent. Well, this has been an amazing night. Thank you for
having me.
Hasn't she got the most amazing energy? She's a product of the products.
I'm the biggest advocate for what Ron has brought to the world, and I'm forever grateful for him. And like I said, I've been in the health industry for 20 years, and I've seen all sorts of things, and I still, part of my work is that I do consult, and I work with people with chronic health conditions, and it's quite sad to see the pain and the suffering that people can go through, but it's amazing how that can be reversed. And I have lots of stories to share, because both my parents have chronic health conditions that I've had the privilege of working with and seeing the phenomenal changes within them too. So again, solar strips we can talk about another time. Power strips we can talk about another time. Like I said, I can comment on all the products and all the benefits of them and how they work hand in hand. And again, I've used them with my family, my loved ones, and these are my dearest and closest, my children and my parents. So I cannot rave on about the products, and again, being in the health industry, I am not an advocate for synthetic, I'd say, medicine. So again, I am very into natural and nutrition being the basis for medicine. So, and that's my background. I also have a background in holistic nutrition. So, for me, I think the future of our I'd say our health system really is going to be based on nutrition. So, I say marine phytoplankton, bring it on, and thank you, Ron, for your huge gift to this world. And we've just got to go out there and just talk about it and share this gift with everyone, and please do. And I cannot stress enough how important it is to share this gift, because don't keep it to yourself. The effects or the benefits that people are having are outstanding, and don't keep it to yourself. Share it. I have so many people. I think I'm going to end up changing my profession, because a lot of people come to me with cancer, a lot of people come to me with Alzheimer's, a lot of people come to me with all these neurological health conditions, and honestly, I'm becoming now. All I want to talk about is solar strips, marine phytoplankton, and the benefits, and take this, and I have everyone coming to me with their children, not for speech pathology, but for health conditions. So, yeah, and I think the most important thing too is that if you haven't used the products yourself, please do, because that's the only way you're going to have that true passion and that true drive to go out there and to talk about it. Because the first thing that people will ever buy is you. They will not buy the products unless they buy you. So I know that for me, I've by default got into the business because people constantly ask, what are you on? And I know I'm not on drugs, that's for sure. I haven't touched it in my life. So, it is the amazing effects of marine phytoplankton and the amazing other miracle products like Ketopia and, everything else, farmers market stuff. So please try the products and, talk about them and share this beautiful gift with the world.
Okay, well, that was amazing. That was
I
amazing.
can talk and talk and talk until the cows come home.
You can come on the week after next if you like. Nuray will be back because we want Nuray because she's great and her energy is excellent. And this is the whole idea of the webinars. You know, we get different people's experiences, and I thought, how amazing would it be to have someone who didn't actually want to lose weight and who was on Ketopia and had these amazing benefits.
Yeah, and the fact that it's become part of my lifestyle, like I want to do it 2-3 times a year. You know, it's just, and again, it's just.
Can you still hear her? She's here. She's.
Oh,
you're still on. All right, isn't she great? Anna Mika says, "Love your passion." Thank you.
Sorry.
So let's say good night.
All right. I can talk about it. I was just saying to Vera that this is quite dangerous getting me on here. I can talk about it until the cows come home, and my passion obviously just shows. But again, thank you for having me on. And like I said, I can talk about each individual product, and like I said, take a whole webinar to do that and its benefits. So, Vera, you can just schedule me over the next couple of months to come back, and we can talk about some of the experiences I've had with my own family and with obviously friends and other people that I've recommended the products to.
Right.
So thank you.
Thanks, Nuray. Thank you.